Hello, I want to welcome everybody to Business 205 HR Management. My name is Neil Mayers and I'm going to be your professor for this course. The very first thing I want everybody to do is, once you've done watching this video, I want you to go into the discussion board tab in the Blackboard for this course and introduce yourself. It's the very first forum on there. There's going to be instructions for the information I'm looking for and kind of the format and how long, etc. You're also going to be asked to upload a picture. We're going to be talking to and working with one another through the course of the semester. So one of the best ways to help facilitate that is for everybody to see us. So the very first thing I want you to do is go in and post that introduction. Now really the goal for this class is to help make you all the informed, empathetic, and engaged HR manager that we would like to work with. We've all, as we work in business, had to deal with HR, and what we want is somebody that's going to be a partner for us. We want somebody that's going to understand the strategy or kind of the 30,000-foot view, but also is going to help dig in and listen to us, understand what our needs are, and help make us more successful. So really, I want to help make you all into those kind of people as you become HR professionals in the future or use this information. I also want to give you an appreciation for the tremendous both breadth of information that an HR professional is responsible for within an organization, everything from benefits to recruiting to laws, as well as the depth. There's a lot of detail that the HR function is responsibility for within many of those functions, knowing as well. It's a very complicated function, but a very important one. Now, very briefly on my office hours, they're posted on there. They're also on Blackboard. My office is in Culpeper at the Daniels Center. It's in the annex, which is next to the main building. I have office hours there almost every day. I'm also in Fredericksburg frequently, so if somebody needs to meet with me there, I do have that flexibility. I'm there every other week regularly, and in between that, I'm often in Fredericksburg for meetings. To set an appointment or to come in and see me, I want everybody to set an appointment, because even if I'm in Culpeper, I could be moving around the building. So send me an email to set an appointment to do so. If we need to talk, we can always talk via phone as well, and that I can do at just about any time with a little bit of notice. Now, a little bit on my background, just so you're aware, I bring practical experience to this. After I got my MBA from the University of Rochester, New York, I spent 5 years as a brand manager for Kraft, which in many ways was like extending my education another 5 years. Super valuable in terms of the fundamentals it taught me. From there, spent 7 years with Cadbury Schweppes in their beverages group, Canada Dry, Schweppes, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, etc., where I spent the last couple of years as the marketing manager for Cadbury Beverages in Canada. So I had international experience as well. Came to Virginia. I was a vice president of sales and marketing for a $300 million a year industrial services company here, and then over the past 17 years had my own HR recruiting and consulting business. Now, really this course is broken into 5 fundamental sections. The first section is going to kind of define definitions and trends and give you an overview or foundation for the class. Then we're going to talk about people planning, kind of the human capital planning. What do I need? How do I get it? How do I put it in the right place? Once I've got it in the right place, how do I maximize the performance of it? And then how do I provide the right kinds of incentives for that? Lastly, kind of what are some of the rules that I need to be familiar with, or the parameters around which I need to manage those people? So start off with the foundation, getting the people in the right place, giving them the right training and incentives, and then what are the rules around them to do so. Now, we are going to live, for the most part, for this class, once you do the introduction, we're going to live in that weekly modules section. And it's the vast majority of anything you need. And anything you need from a week-to-week basis is going to be found in there. And it's listed by the weeks assigned. It will include reading, discussion board, and or a PowerPoint presentation that's in there. Under tests and quizzes, you will find 4 quizzes that will be available during the course of the semester, as well as the final exam at the end. In addition, there will be information on the syllabus, of course. There's going to be a tab called How to Build an Effective PowerPoint Presentation, which is also going to have some terrific resources in there for you. PowerPoint or this type of, or Google Slides, depending on your preference. That's how business professionals communicate, particularly to groups in this day and age in business. It's important there, so because of that, it's going to be important here as well. But there's great tutorials in there if you're not familiar with it. That's going to give you a couple of videos on an overview of how to structure a presentation. There's a printout that gives you some great tips and guidelines, as well as tutorials on there as well that will allow you to jump in wherever you need to. Now, every week, you're going to see everything is going to be in for that module, everything you need. You can see the reading. This will be on the presentation itself. That's the module. You're going to see there might be a presentation or a discussion board, and you will see instructions of what to do. There might be a video or some reading accompanying that particular item as well for the discussion of the presentation that you're responsible for. Now, for discussion boards, you are responsible for making a 150-word post on the topic assigned, as well as at least 2 replies of 25 words or more to 2 of your classmates. And then lastly, this information I would tell you is all due, and there would be the second one, is all due by midnight Sunday night. Everything is due by midnight Sunday night. The textbook, if you don't have it, you need it. You do not need a Connect code. You do not need it electronically if you don't want it that way. But you do need the book. I will tell you that our tests are open book and open notes, which means if you don't have the book, that does somewhat diminish, as you can imagine, the advantage of having it. Hard copy is fine. Ebook is fine. You can buy it from the bookstore. You can rent it. You can get it from a guy off a truck. Don't care, but you do need to have the book during the course of the semester. Now, how grading works, just a quick overview. There's quizzes. There's 4, which are worth 75 points each during the course of the semester. There will be presentations and discussion boards. There will be 10 of each, worth 25. And at the end, the final exam worth 20%. Grade center will be done out of 100 points. PowerPoint presentations. Typically, they'll be assigned. They're going to be 4 to 6 pages each. That's not including a cover page, by the way. You can view that help section if you need it, as I talked about discussion boards prior. Briefly, what to expect from me. This is from a class survey that was done a couple years ago that I will tell you. First of all, my classes and all surveys are anonymous, but my classes typically participate heavily, so 83% did. If you ask 15 people in that class how much work do you have to put into it, 12 out of 15 said a lot or a huge amount. They had to work hard in this course. If you asked them what they got out of it, 15 out of 15 said a lot or a huge amount. So basically the message to take away is you're going to have a lot of work to do. You're going to have a lot to invest here, but you're going to get a good return on your investment from doing so. Everybody always says that I treat them fairly, and overall the course got excellent or very good ratings. Now, with that said, I wish everybody the best of luck. I look forward to working with you all during the course of the semester. Please shoot me an email if you've got any questions, and I will talk to you soon.